Welcome to Play Digital. I'm here in sunny Oxford to tell you all about The Golden Compass, the game of the film of the book. For those who don't know, The Golden Compass is the story of Lyra Belacqua, an 11-year-old girl living in an alternate Oxford who is trying to rescue her friend Roger, who has been kidnapped and taken to Svalbard. On her travels, she befriends the armoured bear Iorek Byrnison, who helps her. In this alternate world, humans each have a demon, a manifestation of the soul in animal form, who can talk and who acts as a companion. These demons can shapeshift while the human is still a child. Video game spin-offs of big movie releases are de rigueur these days, so how have Sega treated this one? First up, let us give the caveat that this is very much a game for the kids. The controls and objectives are pretty basic, and there is a lot of guidance and encouragement throughout. One of the game's achievements is that it manages to do this without being patronising, and, as is the case with the books, without oversimplifying the language or, religion aside, shying away from some more difficult and contentious issues.
Iorek, do you enjoy fighting?
You start the training level as Iorek, who is mostly used for strength and combat. He has been animated well, and combat, if simple, looks really good. And although it's violent, it's not bloody. The transition from playing Iorek to Lyra is also really nice. With Lyra, they have retained the character's sense of identity well, so while she is very adventurous, she's still a little girl, and in combat situations will rely on struggling and evading rather than fighting. You also need to keep her courage up by collecting certain pickups. Lyra grew up scrambling over the Oxford skyline, and this has been incorporated with a Tony Hawk-style balancing game for beam walking. She's also mischievous and could throw, or even spit, many on-hand items at targets. The idea of the demon has been utilised wonderfully. As you go through, you unlock 4 of Pantalaïmon's possible shapes, an ermine, sloth, hawk and a wildcat, which contribute different abilities and help Lyra identify objects, swing from things, glide and climb. Although you can't help wishing that you could play properly as Pan and do more with him. But while these aspects are good, there is a big problem in that Lyra relies a lot less on physical skill and more on her ability to deceive, inveigle and obfuscate, talents which earn her the name Lyra Silvertongue in the books. Now while this makes for a great character and has real potential for an interesting role-playing game, in this sort of action-adventure it really does fall flat. And the way it has been implemented is that you play a silly mini-game to determine how convincingly she speaks. Besides being incongruous, it also makes up a large portion of her gameplay, so becomes very tedious. As well as the main gameplay, you can read Lyra's journal, recording events, providing information, and asking questions about what's going on, which you can answer with the alethiometer, which you will collect symbol meanings for throughout the game. But while there are some really good ideas, this game has been executed very poorly, with little sense of care or polish. While Iorek is animated nicely, much of the graphics are hideous, blocky and bug-ridden. The sound, which is nice, with good voice acting from the movie cast and a great score, is also let down by technical glitches.
The steward will probably be at the station.
It also hasn't been conceived properly as a game. Now the narrative follows the plot of the movie, but relies incredibly heavily on people having read the book or seen the film, with a lot of the exposition either being left out or very sparsely covered. The use of movie footage in the cutscenes also doesn't work, as it jars heavily with the poor graphics of the game and really pulls you out of the world, leaving you feeling sidelined and uninvolved. This is incredibly disappointing after the promise that the first level showed of a great game to buy the kiddies this Christmas. Younger fans of the book may be able to look past all this and get something out of the game anyway, but do approach with caution. And so to the stars. Just let me consult my alethiometer. That'll be a 2 then.
Greetings, dear friends, it's Stephen here, and I just wanted to tell you about the new QI Interactive DVD, Strictly Come Dancing. It's simply the most outstanding DVD game you'll ever see. It's packed with jokes, incredible factoids, a hand called Leroy, and it features a chap called Alan Davis. Interesting? Quite so. Just click away. You know you want to.